Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. There we go. I guess we'll go with that view for today. Welcome. It is March 25th, 2026. My name is Jennifer Olea. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Yuma, Arizona. And Wednesdays means Funfold here in the Crafty Casita. My little cursor is like right on my face as I'm watching, and it's like right in between my eyes. It's very distracting, so I'm going to move it. All right. So, like I said, Wednesdays is Fun Fold time here in the Crafting Casita. If you stumbled upon this video, let me tell you that I have not been consistent with my Fun Fold videos. We got a puppy, and the puppy is, a lot of work. You forget. But he's adorable, and eventually he won't be a puppy, and I will be back consistently Wednesdays, Fun Fold videos. Right now it's been a little sporadic, so if you look forward to my Fun Fold videos, I apologize, and I appreciate it. But I'll be able to spend a little bit of time in here today, and so I wanted to do a Fun Fold for you guys. I'm going to have to come up with the directions. There will be a link in the description on how to sign up for my email. I do send out an email on Wednesdays that has a PDF tutorial. Well, it's really more like a recipe card. The video is the tutorial on the project that I'm creating, and but it gives you the measurements. Most of the time, they're right. And it also gives you a link to the video. So if you have troubles kind of finding it on YouTube, it gets sent directly to your inbox. So make sure you subscribe for that email. If you, like I said, if you just stumble upon this video, if you like and subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. It all helps with the YouTube stuff. And so let's talk about what we're going to be using today. And some of this stuff is not current, but that's okay. I've got it in my stash. So we are going to be using a piece of very vanilla thick cardstock. Stampin' Up no longer sells it, but I still have some, so we're going to use it. And if you want to duplicate this card exactly, just use another color of cardstock, right? I've got regular very vanilla cardstock. I have designer series paper. This is the Brushed with Beauty, and because it's beautiful. But we're going to be using some of this, and we're going to be using the Stylish Shape dies, the circles. This right here is a great shape set. My friend and I, we talk a lot about just the classic shapes like this, the arches, the spotlight on nature circles that have a little detail on the outer edges. If you are new to paper crafting or you don't really know where to start, your basic shaped dies are great because you can, well, I'm going to show you, you can layer and they just work amazing. Okay, so we're going to be using those. I've got the product of the month. If you watched my live this morning, you know that I've lost this thing about 4 times today. But product of the month is this is for March, and you could get it for $5 with a $75 order here in the United States. And Notes of Spring. But I was talking about the adorable animals. They're not cartoonish. They're just adorable. And then I love this Happiest Birthday Wishes. It's just like happiest birthday wishes, sweet, simple, to the point. I love it. What else? We're going to be using a Post-it note, but there's masking paper. Stampin' Up sells masking paper. I also have a roll of this like Post-it note paper, like, but I decided to go the simple route. They're all simple. It was just at my desk. I didn't have to take so many steps to make this card today. So, okay, but this is Fun Fold Wednesday, right? So we are going to need a trimmer, and hopefully my trimmer's in my closet where it normally is. I have 2 trimmers, one at my desk and one in the closet. So, okay, we have a piece of thick, very vanilla, and let me just make this bigger so that we can see it better. I think that'll work. There we go. Okay. This guy is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4.25 because I didn't do that. Okay. And then we're going to take it and we're going to cut 1 inch off. We're not cutting it off, we're just cutting it. So we're just going to go 1 inch this way, right? And to the score line. So there we go. That should be, yep. Okay, so this is going to be the front of our card. Okay. Let's put it back where it belongs. That makes more sense, I think. Considering I've lost a stamp set about 4 times today. Okay, so we're going to fold this. Now, you want a bone folder, and you want to get a nice edge. You want to just break down all those paper fibers in there so that this guy lays flat. And by using a bone folder, it like squishes all those fibers in there so that you get a crisp edge. Okay. Now, I've done a lot of cutting today just because for time's sake. But what we're going to do is, I don't think I've even showed you guys the card yet. All right. So this is the card that we're going to be making. So it's it's not too technical of a fun fold, but it's a great fun fold, right? So this is the strip that we just cut, and we're going to glue this down. Look at those adorable animals. Come on. So cute. Okay. So originally I was going to use liquid glue for this, but I'm living on the wild side, and we're just going to use seal for this. And you just want to make sure that it lines up. It does have a tendency to kind of scooch over a bit. So there we go. Okay. So this is our card base. Now we have a strip. I forgot the measurements over at my desk, but it's a good thing I have a ruler here. 3/4 by 4 inches. Okay. So that's going to go right there. Whatever your glue of choice is, that's how you're going to attach this. If you would like a little bit of wiggle room, right? The liquid glue allows you to kind of move your piece around. The Stampin' Seal is more like it touches the surface and it's stuck there. Now you can pull it up, but there's a process to it. But so sometimes liquid glue is better, but I like the I tend to make a mess. I'm kind of like a kindergartner like that. Okay. Now, I have a piece that is 4 by 4.25. Okay. And so we're going to attach that. But I also have a piece that is, it's crazy. I'm dealing in eighths again. I don't do that too often, but this is 3 7/8 by 4 1/8, right? So 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then this paper kind of does matter your direction, right? So when you cut it, because this one could go either way, but when you cut it, you want to make sure that this is your pattern paper is facing the right way. So let's go ahead and layer this guy. And right there, it's just a little edge. I really thought that it needed it. So I tried to do it without it, and I was like, something doesn't look right. So layers, layers, layers. That's what I always say. You can't go wrong with layers. Okay, now I said we were using the stylish shapes, right? So I have two. Is this the biggest one? Let's see. Yep, so the biggest one and the second largest one. Okay, so that's what I cut out. And you can see, there you go. You see those stitched? Um, it's just dotted all the way around, just a little bit of detail, right? So this guy's going to go there, but first we're going to do some stamping. And this is where the Post-it note comes in. So I know there's a masking, maybe is the technique name. Guys, I'm so awful at the names. But so what I did was I stamped this guy. Okay, so I want the deer to be sitting in the grass, right? But I don't want the grass coming up through the deer. So to do that, I stamped the deer on the very top of this Post-it note. And so, like where the sticky is, right? And then I cut it out. Okay, I just fussy cut it around like so. Maybe I'll use this one because the other one I used, the sticky part was up on the head. I really needed it down on the bottom part by his legs. So here we're going to cut this guy out. And my guess is there's two ways to do this. You could stamp first and then put this on over it. But the way that I did it was I stuck this where I want the deer, right? I want the deer just like right here. And then I want the grass to come up around him. You guys see that? Hopefully. Close this. Okay. And I want the grass. So in the stamp set, there are two different lengths of grass. And so I want this big tall guy to kind of come up around him, right? Because of course the deer is going to be nestled in the grass. Okay, so that happened to me last time. I tried to be so, you really have to push on it. I don't know why I think I don't have to push on it normally when I have this Post-it note on here. All right, there's that. Again, that is a great thing about photopolymer stamps, is that you can go back and do it. And I really don't like that. So you know what I think we're going to do? We're going to do another one because it's just that simple. And I have a piece of paper here. So I'm going to run it through the die machine and we're going to do it again. So I don't know what my problem is today. Maybe I'm trying to hurry. And it's all good. The dog's sleeping right now. I don't need to worry about him. Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to put the deer right here. Okay, now I could flip this over and do it, but to me, there is a right way and a wrong way for this guy. If it was just a regular circle, there wasn't any stitching on it, it wouldn't matter. But because there is stitching on it, I'll cut it a new one is the way I want to do it. Okay, let's do this. Let's not be timid or shy about this. There we go. And let's do one more tall one. But you definitely need to push. I don't know why. I thought I could just kind of dab it. Okay, now here's a shorter one. And so I'm going to use this for the grass that this guy is like sitting on. Like so. At this little bit that's like, I want to say it's like a cottontail, but I honestly don't know. I don't really want to see that. So, okay. So we're going to pull this off. Now we're going to do the deer. You guys see that big blank space? So you could do the deer first and go around it and then put the sticky note on top of it. I'm going to do the outline first. There's also two ways of thinking. Do you do the outline first and then this guy I want to stamp off, or do you do kind of like the solid watercolor image first and then do the outline on top of it? If you guys prefer one way or the other, let me know, because I prefer the outline first, but I think I just heard that we should really do it the other way. But however it works for you, right? Right. Okay, so there is our deer in the grass. And so we're going to layer this guy on the circles, right? So there's that. And then we're going to put it on the front of our card. Like so. Yeah, I kind of want it in the middle. And then I just have this little strip of, it's a scrap paper really is what it is. And I'm going to stamp the happiest birthday wishes on there. And we will pop that up. Up here. And I think I'm going to trim it just a little bit. You could get the trimmer out again if you wanted, but I think this is okay. And it's going to go just up here with some dimensionals. And then I have some bling. So there we go. Hopefully that all stayed in focus for you guys with my mess up at all. And I have some bling. So the sample card, I use the crumb cake bling, but I think this guy, I might use the Mossy Meadow. There we go. So there's this. Okay. Now for the inside, I did some stamping. I took the bunny that's in the stamp set, and I just did grass like around him. So let's go ahead and do that. So like I said, I like doing the outline first. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Okay. And then we're going to tap, tap, tap. And these solid stamps where you try to get the back, it's just like the color for the shape of the animal. Over and over again, we tell you not to rock. And I'm not telling you to rock, but I want you to have pressure all over the stamp. Okay. Look at how adorable he is. Almost as adorable as my puppy. Okay. Now we're going to take the grass again, and I'm just going to fill in the bottom. Okay. So this guy, like so. And And you could change, you don't have to stamp the whole thing. You could do a little bit like so, and then maybe another tall one. And then I want to fill in here, right? So all I did was I just took the very tip and I just made that go up against him like this. Now I could do the masking. I was going to say the taping, but the masking, I could do that again, but I didn't think I needed to. There we go. There is your inside with that adorable little buddy. So we're going to put him on the inside of the card, and that is our fun fold for today. I should say that this is the same size as the Mossy Meadow Designer Series paper. So this is 4 1/4 by 4. I usually always do like 4 by 4 1/4, and I think this guy needs another little stamp. So what I'm going to do is put this on my silicone mat. Let's see, what can we stamp over there? What we could stamp is a butterfly if I had one, which would be kind of cute. But this stamp set has this kind of floral thing going on, so I think I'm just going to stamp that around. So let's take one of these blocks and we'll just make it like he is in a happy little grass. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me today? All right, didn't I just say we should have pressure all over the stamp set? I think we did. Like that. Okay, it's as good as it's going to get, I think. As my friend Carol says, well, it's homemade. All right, so we're going to attach this to the inside like so. And what I could do, because I don't think I'm going to leave it like that, because that's going to drive me a little bonkers, is hold on, guys. All right, if you have a blender pen, I learned this at Onstage, okay? We're going to pick up some ink. If I could squeeze ink. Oh, I just touched the... All right, I'm just going to touch this guy right here. We're going to pick up some ink, okay? And I'm going to connect this. This is something I learned at Onstage, and even like down here, I can connect this. So if you have a blender pen, you just pick up the ink, and then you wipe it off, right? And then you can use it again on any other color. And it's like you never really made a mistake. Okay, so this is our fun fold for today. Hopefully you guys stuck with me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I taught you anything. Hopefully I did. Hopefully I taught myself something. Don't be so impatient when you stamp. All right. There will be a link for to subscribe to the email. And like I said at the beginning, if you like and subscribe to this video, I would appreciate it. I will not be here next Wednesday. I know that for sure. Spring break in our household. So that's always a fun time. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you watched, what you think. And I will see you guys soon. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.